Welcome back to the Columbus Blue Jackets BAGM mode, and today we're just going to do a straight shot of simulation up through 40 games, as is the custom for the first episode of any season usually. I can't really think of any exceptions to that up to this point in the last GM mode that we did, where we didn't go 40 games in the first episode. We're going to go about 40 games in this episode too, and then figure out where things are from there. As a 5-2 win to start out the season was canceled out by a 7-3 loss to follow it up. So I'm not going to make any rash decisions yet about the team in this episode. Again, we might have a good start, you know, but it's the team overall. I don't expect to do very good. If we make the playoffs, it'll be a miracle. Yager for Clarkson. Wow, Yager for Clarkson. What kind of trade are they? Alright, so I can't, there's no way I can say no to this trade, but it is ridiculous. They want to give us the 89 overall sniper, 42 years old, of course, but he's 89 overall sniper, with 5-star, hopefully he doesn't retire this year, and he has 3 points in 4 games. For David Clarkson and Rene Bourque, who both have awful contracts. And Yager, I believe, is in the last year of his deal. Yeah. I'm taking that trade. Okay. They want to take David Clarkson's contract? That's fine. So we can now move down Anisimov to the second line and put Yager in, or we could put Yager on the... No, we have to put him on the first. There's no way we can play Yager on the second line. That's belittling. And Jared Bowl, you're going to get your time to play. He's a right wing, so we'll just put him there. Alright, so that was an unexpected, that was something I did not expect to happen. So we'll try, we're going to put him there, and what's Letestu? His face-offs are 75. I want to keep him on the power play as a center, and I'm going to put Scott Hartnell down there, and we will put Yager there on the power play. Johansson, Foligno, Letestu, and Atkinson. We'll try that for the 4-man, and I don't think anything else should change. Maybe 4-on-4 lines. Boone Jenner will be with Dubinsky, Hartnell. Boone Jenner will put with Yager. Okay. And our extra attack will be Yager instead of Johansson. No, we'll put Johansson out there instead. Okay, so that was definitely not something that I expected to happen. We got rid of Clarkson's contract and Bourque's contract, which was less of a concern, but that might actually change our standing as to whether or not we will be a playoff team. Now, we could actually probably make a playoff run with Yager. At least we'd have a better chance of doing so than we would without Yager, with David Clarkson, that is. And I think this actually makes our team better, because now we have 3 actual first-liners, and the team falls more into a balanced spot than they were before with David Clarkson, where we have balance on that top line instead of playing a second liner out of position, which then mean we had to play a third liner out of position, which was David Clarkson. So I'm still going to not make any rash decisions or judgments based on this one episode of simulation, but I'm definitely expecting more out of the team than I really was before, and we lost, I think, every game since he's on our team, but Mark Letestu's having a really good start to the season. That top line should really get it going now, though. Like, come on, Will Weber's out, I don't care. We'll keep going. Alright, we won. So we sent it out to the OHL first. I want to kind of go for defenseman, but this is like the offense-heavy draft. I'm going to scout out Noah Hannafin. I'd like to get him if possible. I want to see also if we can upgrade our scouting at all. Not quite. Okay. We have a slightly better amateur scout to start out than we did when we were in Nashville. But still, it's not anything near desirable. A first-round pick for Scott Hartnell. I'm going to hold off on that, because that's not as much of a wow trade as the first one was. This unbelievable. We'll remember that, though. I'm going to write that down as we beat the 6-1-1 Ottawa Senators. So it's Hartnell for Nashville's first. And if we're in a position at the trade deadline to make that trade still, I will look at it, depending on what Nashville's doing, obviously. But if we're pushing for the playoffs, that's not going to be a trade that's realistically in mind. 7-3 Toronto Maple Leafs. I tried to make them as bad as possible. I made James Reimer awful. Whatever. Will Weber is back. I don't care. Jack Johnson's got 11 assists so far. It's crazy. But still, our goal leader only has 4 goals. We should have, Yager should have 5 or 6 at this point, I think. Curtis McElhaney has been injured with a bruised hip. He literally is going to be gone 1 week. Come on. Does the Columbus Blue Jackets still have Michael Leighton on their roster? No, but we do have this 3.5-star Merzlikins guy, who will just sit there, edit lines manually. No, why would I want to do that? No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. And we'll... Why is Dance scratched? That was weird. Okay. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I don't know why they were having this, 2.5-star guy play. I would have called him up, but still. Alright. Let's get some more simming going. So, taking on the Hurricanes 6-4, and we won that game. Been really good since that trade, actually. It's weird. Taking on the Hurricanes again. It was a home and home. McElhaney's going to be back. Do that. Merzlikins can be scratched. He's not going to play anyway, so I might as well keep him up in case of another goaltender injury. A 4-2 win right there. Alright, Johansson took over our goals lead. Jack Johnson's having an excellent season on the blue line from the looks of it. A big matchup right here versus Tampa Bay, 8-5. And we lost 1-0. Artem Anisimov is out for a few games, so we're going to have to call up a forward. I want to call up someone who's not I don't want to call up Matt Calvert or Morin. Call up Dana Terrell. And, alright, sweet. So offensively, let's move up Boone Jenner. And we'll put Letestu as the center. Terrell can play there. And penalty kill. Put Scott Hartnell on the penalty kill. Alright, I think we should be good. I don't think he's going to be out that long. It's only a week or two. But we just didn't have any really good players to replace him on the NHL roster. We don't have any healthy scratches because it's still the first year. And we aren't as deep of a team as we were with Nashville, where we immediately had good healthy scratches just to keep up on the team. So that kind of messes with it a little bit, but wow, good season so far for Philadelphia Clutcher, who's got 10 goals. Usually they start out really bad. 1-5 loss. All right, so we're on a little losing streak here lately. Taking on the Sharks, similar record to us. Just played a couple more games. 2-5 win right there. All right, we got rookie GM status. A little bit here. Anisimov should be back maybe for this Philly game even in a couple games. Been kind of struggling since he went out. 4-0 loss right there. Damn. Bobrovsky's on a rough stretch. We're facing the Bruins and the Flyers on back-to-back nights. Big Eastern Conference games. And Anisimov is actually going to be back a little bit earlier than I expected. So move down Jenner and Letestu over to the left wing. Skill can go there, and instead of, we won't send down Terrell, we'll just scratch him and put in Anisimov, and we'll go to the penalty kill and put him in there too. I'm going to check the stats after this simulation is done through this weekend. this gauntlet, and that'll be 20 games. 3-0 shutout right there. It'll be 20 games, and we can kind of see what might need to be changed. But we've been doing really good so far. All right. 11-6-3 is a pretty good record. Let's see. Steve Mason, former Blue Jackets, on top of the league. Antti Ranta is also up there. We don't have anyone. No one for points. Jack Johnson might be up there for assists. He would be tied for 15th. Or, not 15th. He would tied at 15 for 7th. We're 4th in our division. Again, too early to really tell, but still, nice to just keep an eye on. Stat Central. We'll go look at team standings, NHL wide. Our point percentage is 9th, so we're doing pretty well. Goals for, 12th. Goals against, 20th. So, again, that's because of the lack of good defensemen, probably. Power play is only 28th, so we might look at that. And penalty kill could use some improvement as well. I think that might be because Scott Hartnell was on it, though. I don't know. I don't ever know. The penalty kill is really hit or miss, usually. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Yeah, the Flyers won 8 in a row, damn. So we'll do player stats. We'll see how lines are meshing and whatnot. So Foligno has 19 points. Johansson has 18. Jack Johnson has 15 points, all assists. Letestu has 15 points on the second line. That's nice. Yager with 14. Hartnell with 13. Boone Jenner with 11. Anisima with 10 in 16 games. Murray with 10. Dubinsky with only 9. That needs to get better. Atkinson with 8. That's good for a third liner. Savard with 6. Houghton with 4. It's not very good for a guy getting top line minutes. Falk with 3. Connaughton only has 1 goal, and he's actually even. Luke Adam with 1. Skill with 1 goal. Terrell with no points. Let's see what's not working defensively. So that top line's doing okay. Looks like the second line's doing okay. The third line's doing okay. So it's that fourth line of Adam, Skill, and Bowl that's minus, but again, it's way too early to tell, and it's just a fourth line. They're not going to be very positive anyway. Shooting percentage is okay. Like a little bit more out of Yager, but he's doing okay. He's still like our third best player on that line. It's just kind of weird that Foligno has more points than Johansson, but from our talent level, nothing's really for our talent level, nothing's really surprising. Keep going until we run into the scout again, and then we'll calculate how long we have left. Scheifele with 18 points, and we take down the Winnipeg Jets. Scott Hartnell grabs a goal in that one, and that winning streak continues for the Flyers as they won 10 in a row now. I don't know who's in our division, so that might be distancing themselves. I don't think we're in the Metropolitan. I feel like we're in the Atlantic, but actually that doesn't make any sense, so I think we might be in the Metropolitan. Scott Hartnell hit double-digit goals. Going up against David Clarkson and the Florida Panthers, and then we actually lose that game. Either way, if we make the playoffs or not, Yager was still a solid pickup, especially for just David Clarkson and Rene Bourque. That was really just a salary dump, and we lost both of the games against Florida. That's not good. It was really just a salary dump for us, to be completely honest. We got a really good player out of it, 89 overall, even though he's 42. Yager said himself, I can play till I'm 50, so he might be retiring with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Maybe. 4-7 loss, okay. Luke Adam is injured. Okay, we'll just put Dana Terrell in there. He's got decent face-offs. It's only for like a week anyway. Alright, let's do the scout. I was going to say let's take down Philly, but what info do we have on Hannafin? 75 wrist shot. I already know all this anyway, but still. Yeah. It's fine. We don't really need a scout defenseman anymore. I already know all this stuff anyway, so there's definitely a lot more defensemen in the queue. Dub, I don't remember. Yeah, all the forwards are in the OHL. Okay. So we got 13, 9, and 4. That means 13, 13, 26. So we have about 15 more games to go. So 3, 6, 8, 10, 14. So January 14th about. Alright. So we'll probably just end up pretty much running into the scout again anyway. No, Flyers having an excellent year. David Savard has a concussion. His estimated return is January 9th. Okay, so we gotta call up a defenseman. I don't even know who we have to call up to be completely. We have Dalton Prout. Okay. Dalton Prout. How's Connaughton doing? 2 goals. Let's try and move him up and see if he does anything. I don't know. 2 defensive defensemen on that bottom line might work out. Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? We're gonna have to put Tootin on the power play. So this is probably not gonna work out very well. Oh, he's already on there. I don't need to double shift him. Let's go with Falk and Falk again. And then this is 4-on-4, so Prout will just plug in there. Because we're probably not really ever going to get 4-on-4 lines to roll out anyway, so extra attacker, okay. Oh, good. 6-3 win against Philly was big, though. Especially, we were on a losing streak, I think, and they're one of the best teams in the NHL. They only proved a lot. Another overtime loss. Luke Adams already back. Alright, so we'll scratch Terrell again. Well, first we'll plug in Adam. Then we'll scratch Terrell. I thought Terrell was a center, because when he was in Tampa Bay, he was a center. And when he was in Tampa Bay GM mode that I did, he was a center. I'm pretty sure, because I had him for a while, and then I think we just released him. So we're taking on the Penguins, not doing so great. I made quite a few changes of 8-3 win. I made quite a few changes to the Penguins in the roster update when I did that, because Crosby's like 5 stars on defense, and that's ridiculous to think that he's that good defensively. That's actually the argument I used to take down a lot of people who will say that Sidney Crosby's the best player in the NHL. He is not a good defensive center, which is sad, considering centers are usually the really good defensive, like not physical, but like defensive players. Oh, Jack Johnson's, he's not out that long. Well, he's probably only going to miss 1 game, so we'll just play Dana Terrell on the point. Why not? We're YOLOing. Alright, 6-3 win, maybe it worked. Going up against Nashville right here is a pretty decent record. 2-5 win. So we went 2-0 without Jack Johnson, who's the front runner for captaincy at this point, really. We'll scratch Terrell as well. And our offense really spiked during those games. I don't know what it was. But it seems good, so we'll keep rolling with it. So we have about 7 more games to go, it looks like. I did that math right. I think I did. Yeah. 33. Okay. It's a good song by the Smashing Pumpkins in addition to the number that we are into the season. And now we're 34, actually. So, I don't really know. It's still a little too early. I feel like if we make the playoffs, it's going to be one of those last days kind of, like, who's going to make it, like, sort of situations. I don't feel like we're going to really clinch a spot before then. What we do have working in our favor, though, is overtime losses. Well, losing is just generally not a good thing to do if you want to make the playoffs. Jesus Christ, I've successfully made the Arizona Coyotes just absolutely suck. If losing is what you want to do it in overtime because that gets you points still. So, nice few wins in a row right there. Really solidify ourselves. So, Connaughton, let's see what he was doing. Yeah, he's just not doing well at all. Okay, that wasn't what I wanted to do. So we'll put him down there. And we'll scratch, not him, we'll scratch Prout. And we'll put back in David Savard. And we'll put him on the power play instead of Tootin. Just because that really can't help our power play that much. We want as many, good power play guys out there as possible, and Tootin is not a power play guy in the slightest. Savard and Savard. I want Savard to progress. 4 stars could get pretty good, and we really have to bank on the guys that we already have getting really good because right now the defensive situation is not looking very good. Defenseman situation, maybe not defensive. It was probably a bad word. Skills injured. 21-17, not the most impressive record, but early on in the season, we do have those those overtime points working in our favor, and we got a couple more games to go right here as we get going in the season. The Maple Leafs beat us. It's a lack of consistency so far as we take on the Islanders, who actually have a good record. Usually they don't do very well in this first year. So 33 plus 7, 40. That would be better to do it the other way. So, yeah, 40. Alright, we'll send one more game. And take out Terrell. Actually, I'll keep Terrell in. So, send one more game against the Canadians. Maybe Scott Hartnell can... Actually, we'll slow sim this game if we can stop sim in time. Scott Hartnell maybe get up to 20 goals. I want to start slow simming a little more. It's just something I forgot to do. 1-0, 3-2. Let's go into the third period as Bobrovsky's not having the greatest of games. I didn't look at his stats through 20 games. All right, let's get this goal. All right, Johansson, sweet. All right, so we're gonna get at least a point out of this. I think Scott Hartnell actually got a goal too. Maybe not. No, and they win in the shootout. All right, we got 1 point out of it at least. And we roughed up Carey Price a little bit, so that's always nice to see as well. Bobrovsky definitely played the better game, less shot or more saves. PK Subban gets the winner in the shootout, and this episode's a little long, but he didn't speed through it. Letestu's got 14 goals. It's crazy. So a lot of our players are doing really well with goal scoring. So Montreal actually sucks this year. I don't know why that is. I barely touched their team in the editing process. So 22, 11, and 8. Let's see where we are in our division. We are third, actually, 52 points, 2 points ahead of the Islanders. Philly's kind of running away with the division, but they have 3 more games played. So actually, if we won the 3 games we had in hand, we would be tied with them for the division lead. Although we'd have second because we don't have as many wins. Our overtime laws are really helping out our positioning. So again, we'll see, but early on it's a nice gauge. In point percentage, we're 8th. So, goals for, we're 3rd. That's not really expected, I would say, but that's realistic considering the offensive talent that we have. Goals against, we're 23rd, so that's definitely not. Our Pythagorean win-loss, actually our win-loss is about right, because we are only 3 games over 500. So we're like the Dallas Stars this year, except we're not as bad defensively, because there are several teams that are worse, one of which is Dallas, actually, and their goals for is really bad, so I don't know what's going on with that. But they were like the best, or second best offense in the league. I actually think they finished behind Tampa Bay, but power play is 12th, so that's definitely gotten better. Penalty kill has actually gotten worse, 28th, so I don't know what we can really do. We got a few guys with a lot of potential on those lines, so let's see if there's something we can do with the penalty kill to make it way, way better. So first of all, Dubinsky, Yeah, 87 defensive awareness, 88 shot blocking, 88 stick checking. Definitely someone that will stay. Foligno maybe could. No, he's got 87s. I definitely want to keep him on there. Boone Jenner might be one who has to go. Oh yeah, his shot block is only 78. His defensive awareness is 85, but his stick checking is not super great. Anisimov, we could probably replace him too. No, he's got he's 85, 86, 86. So we'll take Boone Jenner off, and we'll put Scott Hartnell probably on there. Yeah, he's got 85, 85, 88, and 5-star or 4.5-star physical. So we'll try him on there for a little bit. He was on there before, and for this we will put Anisimov in. So, all right, let's see if that fixes the penalty kill. I would like to get it up above 80 if possible, but I don't really know if that's salvageable with the halfway point of the season. We might get it up above 80, but not very far above 80. That's a very realistic possibility. So, Nick Foligno is leading our team in points with 39. Yager is 38, and Johansson is 36. So that top line is definitely producing. The second line is not really. Scott Hartnell has 35 points. I don't see really anyone else there. Letestu's got 34 points on the second line, but he's getting really good power play minutes. So, definitely that. I think we made a change on the power play when we put Letestu and we took off Dubinsky, and that really helped out the power play, I think. So, Letestu's having an excellent season. Now, I told you guys in the first episode that offensive category is worth playing him 5-on-5 in power play time, because he's already surpassed his point total from last year. And 34 points is actually his career high, I think. From the looks of it, that would be an accurate thing to say. But I'm not sure, again, of all of his stats throughout his career. Jack Johnson's got 1 goal and 29 points. Nice. Dishing out the assists. Anisimov, 25 points. Murray, 23 points. Solid. Boone Jenner with 22. He's a +7. Okay. We'll look at plus minus in a second. Cam Atkinson with 9 goals, 22 points. So that's definitely on pace with his career totals of, he'd end up with around 40 points this year. As a third liner, that's awesome. That third line is really performing. Dubinsky is not performing, however, offensively. But Anisimov's doing really good. Well, Anisimov's doing better. Anisimov's doing pretty good, and Scott Hartnell's doing really well. And Letestu's performing really well on the third line, so I want to keep that the way it is. Tootin has 11 points. Savard has 9. His offense is actually he should be a little better. He should be doing slightly better, like maybe 13 or 14 points. Well, he's only played 31 games. We'll see by the end of the season. I can have an accurate assessment. Jared Bull with 6 points. He doesn't have a goal in his last 20 games, so that's funny. Luke Adam with 5. Connaughton with only 4. That's kind of disappointing. Falk with 3. And Skill with 3. I expected Skill to be kind of the scorer of that line, but I think he's scratched right now, so Dana Terrell with 3, and Prout with 1 assist. Definitely glad I scratched him. So Bobrovsky has a 3.1 goals against right now. That's definitely not good. And an .899 save percentage. So he is not performing up to expectations. Actually, Curtis McElhaney is performing much better than him. A shutout, 937 save percentage, 4-3. His record's not super great. And this guy's got a shutout in his one game. Well, I guess that wasn't a shutout. He was in relief, and I guess we came back. I don't know how he got a win if he didn't start. Because if he started, then he would have been credited with a shutout, because then he would have gone the whole game not giving up a goal. I don't know. Unless he got pulled, like injured or like tired, or I don't know. So I don't really know what to make of that. I know Bobrovsky's doing bad, but I don't know what we can really do to improve that. Just hope he does better, I guess. Next episode, we'll pound out the All-Star break and see what we want to do before the trade deadline. I know this episode's gone on very long, but thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more Columbus Blue Jackets BGM.